Dear students of Standard 10 for the forthcoming PT exams, one chapter in geography and one chapter economics. You have to read, you have to prepare only from chapter 1, resources and development in geography, and development chapter in economics. All questions are MCQ types, so don't bother. Today I am going to discuss the last topics of economics, chapter 2, sectors in terms of ownership, public and private sector. So on the basis of ownership, sectors are classified into two groups. One is public sector, another is private sector. Generally, differentiation is asked between these two sectors in the board exams. So I am making the difference between these two. Public sector, it is controlled and managed by the government and its agencies. Private sector, it is owned and managed by an individual or a group of individuals. Second point, in public sector, the main aim of this sector is public welfare. Its main purpose, main objective is to provide public welfare. While in the private sector, the main objective or aim is to earn maximum profits. The third point of distinction is this public sector provides basic facilities like education, health, food and security to the people, while the private sector provides consumer goods to the people. So private sector only provides consumer goods to the people, while the public sector provides facilities like education, health care, food security, etc. And the fourth point is public sector includes the Indian Railways, the Post Office, the BSNL, HEC, BHEL, etc. While the private sector's most important example is Tisco, Telco, Reliance Industries, etc. So I have made 4 distinctions, while in the board exams only 3.3 number question is asked from this. And the last topic is explain the role of government in the public sector. Why the government of India has taken up public sector after independence. Give reasons. For this, the first point is development of infrastructure. The pace of industrial development cannot be accelerated without the establishment of infrastructure. Its development requires huge capital which a private sector cannot afford or manage, and therefore the government has undertaken public sector in its own hands. Second point is development of backward area, the removal of regional disparities in economic development. The goal of achieving a reduction in economic inequality between regions becomes easy to reach if industries are set up in the backward area. And so after independence, most of the Steel Authority of India Limited set up industries in the backward states of Jharkhand, MP, West Bengal, Odisha, etc. But the profit-seeking private industries often are not enthusiastic enough to set up industry in the backward regions mentioned above. The government therefore finds it necessary to start industrial production in these areas. The third point is to provide basic facilities. There are a large number of activities which are the primary onus or responsibility of the government. The government must spend on these, providing quality education, particularly in elementary education, providing healthcare facilities is the duty of the government in every developing countries. India's size of illiterate population is one of the largest in the world and which provides a gloomy picture for India. And the last point is other facilities. There are many other problems like malnutrition, high infant mortality rate, unsafe drinking water, lack of sanitation facilities, lack of housing facilities, etc., which use the special attention. These problems can be solved only with the help of the government. And the last point is export orientation. There are several agencies like MMTC, STC, which provides materials for export and thus helps India to earn massive foreign exchange for the country. That's all. Thank you. Now this chapter is over. From the next class, I shall revise the chapters. Thank you.